Good evening, and welcome once again to Hallowicked's Arcade of Terror, where we only sample games that contain headless horsemen, horseless headmen, manless horse heads, horseless man heads, mans with horse heads, and horses with man heads, or anything else that would make a horse girl quake in her chaps. And of course, we do it all for the glory of Nazmaldoon. At the top of the program, we played an ad for friend of the show, Alfalfa and Sons Pest Control, who stepped in and helped us with our spider problem a few weeks ago. Now, we here at the dungeon aren't beholden to any advertiser, but thought a shout out to Big Al and his remaining son for all their hard work and sacrifice was in order. But now, on to business. Tonight's game is Puppet Combo's Murderhouse for the personal computer. Puppet Combo is a game maker taking 1980s VHS horror and mid-90s console aesthetics and Frankensteining them together to make horrifying new experiences. And let me say, based on this entry alone,
it is alive.
Because Murderhouse is only available on the PC, I enlisted another friend of the show and technological whiz kid, Billy Kumahara, to help us build a system capable of running the game. Now, budget constraints prevented us from taking all of Billy's recommendations, but we put together a system ready to run Murderhouse and, Nazmaldoon willing, a plethora of other PC horror classics. Adjust your tracking. Be kind, please rewind, and let's come and knock on the door of the Murderhouse and see who or what answers.
We start out with a short prologue. It's 1985. You're a young boy named Justin who's visiting the mall to get his photo taken with the Easter Bunny. But you wake up at a photo booth to find you've been locked in the mall and you're being stalked by that very same Easter Bunny. Flee through the employee-only halls, hide when you are cornered, and search them all for help before you finally discover your escape was hopeless from the second you were locked in.
Our new system is, of course, liquid cooled, but we aren't using mineral oil or sparkling water. No, nothing like that. Yeah, it keeps the components nice and cool with an added aromatherapeutic bonus. Get in there.
Now, in 1988, you play Emma, an intern for a news reporting team. Emma is on assignment to visit the home of the now notorious Easter Bunny Ripper and help file a report from the location of his grisly child murders. You start out by completing tasks to aid your co-workers, but soon find that exactly like Justin in 1985, you're trapped on the grounds and must navigate through the Murderhouse to find an escape.
Now, don't be alarmed, that is not the sphere of suffering. We've become pretty good at telling the difference between the two mists and the smoke. It does put off a tremendous amount of heat, but luckily we here at the dungeon have a tremendous amount of sacrificial blood. Cool down there.
We learn the Easter Bunny Ripper, or possibly his spirit, has returned to continue his killing spree. You are forced to participate in a twisted Easter egg hunt, as you do everything you can to avoid being brutally murdered by your stalker. Collect all the death eggs from the corpses of those butchered by the Easter Bunny to unlock the secret exit. But, in true slasher film fashion, you must face the Ripper before you can make your final escape.
So my earlier comment about having plenty of sacrificial blood on hand turns out it was not accurate. We are tapped out right now. Hey, Worm Food, what do you see about renting up one of those goat scum guts sent us? Murderhouse gets my highest recommendation. A horrifying throwback to the early days of survival horror. But don't be fooled by its graphics. Make sure your system is ready to run this beast. Until we meet again, remember to follow me on Twitter. And now also on twitch.tv/Arcade of Terror. Don't worry, Snake Mother's working out the kinks, and we'll be sending out live broadcasts from right here in the dungeon any day now. Tune in to IWTV for new episodes, and most importantly, oh glory, Nazmaldun.